Today I want to talk with you guys about why you should do live events on your YouTube channel, some of the benefits that will come out of that for your audience development, that and a lot more actually around that topic. It's coming up right after this. Hey guys, my name is Tim Schmoyer and it's Thursday, which means it's time to do some YouTube Q&A with you guys like we do every single week. The DJI guy wrote and asked this: why should I do a live show? Does it generate more views, viewer loyalty? What benefit does doing a live show give? Thanks. Good question. I love doing live events. In fact, we just did one like a week, 2 weeks ago now, about 3 days of making YouTube work for you. And I go through 3 different principles with 9 other creators who are implementing those principles onto their channels about how to really make YouTube work for you to accomplish the goals that you have for your efforts here on YouTube. If you haven't checked that out, definitely check it out. There's a link. You can click right here to go do it. There's a link in the description text below. And it's really good. I promise. Like the creators who are sharing in there, like so much valuable stuff to really helping you guys reach your goals and all that type of stuff here on YouTube. So go check it out. But in the context of that hangout, the DJI guy asked this question. And yes, live events are the best tool that I have used for building a community around this channel here at Video Creators. There's 2 different ways you can do it. One, you could do like a full-blown professional live streaming event with multiple camera angles and switches and like producers and all that. If you want to do that, YouTube Live works best for that. Or you could just like hop into a Google Hangout On Air with your webcam, have other people join you, and that is like the drop dead simple way, just a couple button clicks and boom, you're live. Regarding the benefits of doing a live Hangout On Air on your channel is that, like, one, for me, I get more sharing around that event than any other type of video that I do. I think there's a couple things why live events really work well, and one is that there's just like this raw, unedited experience that you get to have with the creator. There's also the fact that this experience has a defined beginning and a defined ending point, and if you're not there in front of that video during that time, you miss it. Yes, you could watch the recording and catch up later, but you kind of miss the whole experience of being live with the person and interacting with the other people in the comments and things like that. And then there's also that interactive piece that I alluded to where the viewers feel like they can ask you questions, you will respond to them, and there's just something like, I know I felt this as a fan in a hangout where like I asked a question and the person in the hangout saw my comment, read it, showed it to everyone, responded to me in front of like everyone, and as a fan, you just feel like, oh, that was amazing, you know? And now then, guess who's sharing that video with their friends? You know, and the same thing happens for your viewers as well. If you've never done a live event on your channel, like a Google Hangout On Air or anything, give you guys a couple tips. One is schedule about a week in advance. I found if you do it a little bit more than a week, people kind of forget about it. And if you do it in like just a day or 2 before, it's hard for everyone to find out about it and make time in their schedule to actually show up for it. So I found like a week is kind of like the perfect spot for promoting it. And then 2, you definitely have to promote it and get the word out there. Talk about it in your videos. Make a dedicated video on your channel just for that. If you have an email list, send it out to your email list because you want a lot of people there, not just because you want a lot of eyeballs, but because there's like a higher sense of like energy on the hangout when there's a lot of people, and there's better social proof also, and you have more things to talk about, and there's less dead air in the hangout and things like that. And speaking of dead air, a third thing that you should have is, at least I always try to have other people, like other guests in the actual hangout with me. And I tell them before we even go live, like, guys, part of the reason why you're here is that I'm doing my best to try to like keep up with the comments so we can respond to those and interact with people. So if it looks like I'm not listening to you while you're talking, that's actually, I'm probably not listening to you. I tell them like, part of your role here is to talk and to keep things moving so that the viewers feel like there's not like, oh, okay, Tim is quiet, Tim's just like trying to catch up on comments now. Like, it gives viewers something else, kind of keeps the show moving. I also think it's important that you kind of have an idea ahead of time of what you want to talk about so you have some direction. Otherwise, you'll end up saying this, oh, what do you guys want to talk about, you know? And if you have like a huge audience, you can just do Q&A the whole time. That's probably good enough for you. But if you don't have a little smaller audience, I would definitely recommend that you go in to the hangout with something pre-planned to talk about, and maybe some of the guests who join you can help you and talk about that with you. And definitely, even if you disregard everything else I've said, you have to interact with your viewers. Like, that is the main value of a Hangout on Air or a live event, is that you can make it interactive. If you don't, it's just the same as any other video. There's no reason for people to show up like during the actual event to watch it. They could just watch it on their own time like any other video. I actually talk more about doing live events on your channel and things like that in my book, 30 Days to a Better YouTube Channel. You can click right here or link in the description text below. And if you're not familiar with the book, basically what it does, it gives you 30 days, step-by-step, super practical, like how to craft a YouTube channel that is highly subscribable, that makes like people who are first-time viewers, like makes it really easy for them to figure out what you're all about and to make them want to subscribe. And then once they're subscribed, it talks about how do you take those people and convert them into not just passive viewers, but into like fans and a community that's all interacting and all that type of stuff. It's super practical, you know, step 1, do this, step 2, it gives you like, each day gives you a teaching and it gives you a task to do, and then it gives you further resources that dig into that task and that teaching a little bit more. If you want to download the first 3 days for free, you can do so clicking right here. You go check it out and just get started with it for the first couple of days and see what it does for your channel, just those 3 days alone. But by the time you get to the end of the book and start looking into some more of these advanced things, Hangouts is a part of that, so definitely check that out if that's something you're interested in. I hope this has been helpful for you guys. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below about how do you do live events on your channel and what benefits have you seen happen on your channel and the community that's surrounding it. If you are someone who's curious about doing a live event and what it might look like in your channel, check out some of those comments down there below. If you have some questions, you can ask those also. And the community here at Video Creators is awesome about responding to questions to help each other out, so I'm sure you'll find a lot of help from people down there. And if this is your first time here, I'd love to have you subscribe, because every week we do videos just like this, answering questions that you guys have about your YouTube efforts. On Tuesdays, we talk about online video news and what's happening and the updates to YouTube and the platform and the industry, and talk about the implications it has for us as creators. On Wednesdays, I give you guys some YouTube tips, ideas, suggestions, advice, and I do all of this because I really do believe that a lot of you guys have messages that can really change people's lives and make this world a better place. If the people who need to hear what you have to say could just find you and actually hear what you have to say. So thank you for letting me be a part of helping you guys build your audiences and your communities and your channels. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next week. Bye.